What's up everyone, welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Today we're going to be taking a look at Polygon, some of its recent price action on the chart and also some fundamentals that have recently been amazing. So before we begin, we'd just like to say thank you for your continued support, your likes, subs, Patreon and YouTube members and all your amazing comments and sharing. Our community has been growing amazingly recently, it's all down to you guys, so thank you so much. If you want to support the channel, please like and subscribe the video so you don't miss any videos. We'd very much appreciate the like, it helps the channel out a lot in terms of the algorithm, so please just smash the like button now. And also subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. We're going to be posting a lot more recently, probably 2 or 3 videos a day at least, with some of them being like this with more technical analysis, which is something that everyone's been asking for. So please make sure you sub and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any videos. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist, and let's begin. So if we dive straight into the chart, we can clearly see that Polygon has been on an absolute tear recently. And this is something which has come off the back of the market-wide correction. As we can see from the chart here, Polygon was actually ranging between the 30 to 50 cent range for some time. It actually got a massive pump earlier on in the year when it got its Coinbase listing, which was around here, I believe. And it basically ran up from around 10 to 20 cents in this range all the way up to around 55 cents before it wicked down. And then since then, it's been consolidating in this range between 30 and 50 cents. But once we had the recent market-wide correction of around 25%, Polygon has actually bumped back up to the upside extremely well, broke its all-time high, as we can see here with this trend, with this support and resistance line here. And then since then, it's been on an absolute tear to the upside. We basically, on the last video, we actually marked out these areas here, and it's interesting to see how well that they've played out recently. As you can see, we put this trend line here, but in the previous video, we did say that this price action for Polygon was most likely unsustainable because it literally has been going pretty much in a straight line upwards when you look at the rest of the chart. For example, if we zoom out here, you can see this price action to the upside is clearly not sustainable because it's just such an incredible tear. There's quite a lot of FOMO going on here, and this isn't actually what you want for a cryptocurrency that you're investing in, because the more that this happens, the more the corrections will be steep to the downside, because there's going to be a lot of people getting in and out with fear and then getting uncertain when the price starts to retrace a lot. So having a correction here, especially for Polygon at the minute, is actually extremely healthy. It means that the price action can consolidate and basically gain some more momentum before it moves to the upside again in a much more healthy way. Like I said, you really don't want price action to just be going straight up in a line like this, because that's when you start to get into serious problems with huge downside corrections. But it seems like the lines that we actually draw on this chart from before are actually turning out to be very apparent. Obviously, Polygon's moved up here a lot, and then it's lost its momentum at around this 92 to 93 cent range. I think this is actually as high as almost 95 cents. And then the bull flag descending pennant that we actually, the descending pennant, sorry, that we outlined has actually played out very nicely. It's been consolidating, moving down slowly, and then there's been a breakout to the upside. And we can imagine now that the price action may continue like this in an upwards trend in a much more healthy but slower paced way, because obviously this price action for Polygon here is unsustainable, and it seems very likely that Polygon may even retrace more before it moves to the upside again. We tend to look for around a 50% retracement from the pump to the high before it continues upwards, and that would be obviously a perfect bull flag formation. So in our opinion, the price may continue downwards like this, maybe a little bit more to around 50%, which would probably be around here, before it would move up again. Obviously, we could see the bull pennant would probably play out like this if that was the case. Something along these lines here, where the price would move down into this range like this, around 50%, and then move to the upside again, test the all-time high, come back down, test some of these structural areas, and then move to the upside again. But it seems fairly obvious that Polygon is going to be moving up again, considering how undervalued it is, especially when you look at some of the metrics that are recently coming out about the sheer amount of use that Polygon is getting. QuickSwap, one of the projects on Polygon, has actually been getting almost as many transactions per day as Ethereum in total, which is absolutely insane. I think it's getting like close to 1.2 million transactions per day or something along those lines, and Ethereum was 1.5. And that really does show how much use that Polygon and its network is getting. And I think that's probably reflected by this recent price action, as everyone saw this and thought that is actually a ridiculous discrepancy. especially considering that Ethereum, I think, is still around 100 times larger in market cap than Polygon. Polygon, I think, is currently around $3.5 to $4 billion, whereas Ethereum has obviously been on a tear recently and it's substantially increased its market cap. I think it may be around 350 billion now, which would be around 100x times in size from Polygon. But then when you consider that Polygon is actually getting almost as many transactions as the Ethereum network, it starts to paint a picture that Polygon is extremely undervalued, and QuickSwap as well, which is based on Polygon and it launched through it, has also been on an absolute tear recently. I think it ran from around $300 to around $2,000 on some exchanges before having a large correction down to around 1,200 again. And that's basically something similar to what's happening with Polygon here. But we could easily imagine, based on this, that Polygon is going to set up for another run in this very soon in the future, especially considering the sheer amount of use that it's actually getting. And obviously when things are getting used, the price action is usually not far behind. And this can clearly be seen on the chart here. But like we said, we can easily imagine that Polygon could continue to the upside very shortly. And I think this correction that's been happening is very healthy. It's obviously falling within these lines that we've painted out here. This is support and this resistance line that's actually been flipped into support here, this green line. We thought that this would be a resistance level because the price action obviously came up here and it came down again, and we thought that it might retest and consolidate in this area, but it pushed past and now it might well range in these areas, depending on how bullish the market and the sentiment for the project is. But seeing how much it's torn up recently, it could well be the case that it doesn't actually come down and retest this 50% retracement for the bull flag, but it actually just continues to the upside. It could well come back, do something like this, consolidate in this range for a while, and then move up and go to new all-time highs soon. And many people are calling for that $1 mark because it's very close now. The $1 mark would only be to around this level here. And obviously that's very achievable considering that Polygon managed to run from around 30 cents to 90 cents in around a week's time, or even less than that, I believe. 6 days? Yeah, this is around 5 days, 25th to the 30th here. So it's obvious that Polygon has the legs to run massively when it wants to. And considering how undervalued it is, especially against ETH, which is a layer 2 solution for, and the amount of use that their network is getting, the fees are so low as well. We actually bought some QuickSwap recently, and the fees in Matic were so low, it was ridiculous. We paid around $150 for an ETH transaction recently, which is obviously absurd. And this is only going to increase as Ethereum increases in value as well. But we bought some QuickSwap recently, and the cost of the transaction was like 0.001 Matic, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's so cheap in comparison to Ethereum's gas fees. And basically it's getting a massive amount of use. So it seems very likely to us that it's going to continue to the upside. Once it's had a nice consolidation period, it still seems very undervalued when you look at the market. It's around 100 times smaller than Ethereum in terms of market cap. So it seems very likely that the price action will continue to the upside in the future. We think that there's probably likely that Polygon's going to continue up in this sort of formation here. It's probably going to have a nice consolidation period now of maybe a week or so before it moves to the upside again. But that's our video for Polygon. We'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please let us know in the comment section down below. If you'd like to support the channel more directly, please sign up to our Patreon via the link in the description below. Or you can sign up to our YouTube membership by hitting the join button right next to the sub below this video, where you can get access to our private Discord. We're going to be offering a host of additional benefits, so please take advantage of that there. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks with Webull when you deposit $100 using the link in the description below. Also, make sure to hit the like button as it helps the channel out immeasurably. So if you're a fan of the channel, please hit the like button now. It's really important that you do that because it helps us out with the algorithm so much. So please just smash the like button now. Currently, only around 10% of our viewers are subbed, and we'd love to see our community grow more. So please hit the big red subscribe button. You can also sign up to our free Telegram via the description as well, because we're hoping to grow our valuable community there as a useful resource for all. We think that this is going to be really big in the future. And we've seen how many other channels have really successful free Telegram groups that are really useful for their whole community. So please go and join the community there. It's completely free and we'd really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalists.